Right. Yeah, we should probably.
Oh, Jacob. Why did that? No, you didn't hear anything. You heard nothing. You heard nothing.
Hotkeys
Nothing.
didn't do that?
Nope. Nope. All right, now the voices in your head are saying, "Wake up! We're live. We're live."
Podcast number 84.
84.
84.
The one where we find out that there is a hotkey apparently that unmutes our microphone.
Yes.
And we have to find out what it is.
Yeah.
Mesker 1, E-Devil Shocker, Trash Okan, Darth Nazgul, Kyle Vincent, Eric Walt,
Jed the Mad, Jack Jarvinen, Dikey.
Good to see y'all. Dikey S relentlessly purge all spoilers regarding Game of Thrones Endgame.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah. We won't be talking about those things in specifics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, yes, I love the Alt F4 hotkey. It leads specifically to another dimension. There's a lot of depression there and a lot of...
Let's try it.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want spoilers here. But we will be talking about, in general, a lot of things that happened this month. And there's a lot of crazy things that happened this month. Like, y'all, April has been nuts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she is my favorite character in Parks and Recreation, other than, like, Chris Traeger, Ron Swanson, and, you know, like, a few others. But, yeah.
Eric Waltz, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Which, hey, that brings up a special thing. I got my first look at the sub badges, which are going to be for the first 4 tiers of people that have been... I think it's like, if you've been subbed at all... If you've been subbed 3 months, 6 months, and or 9 months, I think, those first ones there, it's going to be Ruby colors, RWBY in magnet form. And then there'll be more
Magnets,
special...
you say?
Yes, there'll be more special fun ones. They'll be coming after that period, more fancy stuff.
Yeah.
But I got my first look at them, and the artist is basically just formatting them and putting them to be prepped into badges, and they'll probably be put in, I would say, at the latest Thursday. So yeah, might even be just tonight for all I know.
Yep.
But yeah, it's pretty legit. We will not be doing a spoiler talk on Endgame right now, but we could do one at a later time.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Jacob hasn't seen it yet. He had a lot of schedule stuff he had to do over the weekend. Lots of cool stuff is happening with you.
Basically, I've been getting a lot of lessons lately in how important time management is, and in how I am not doing a good job of it. Specifically, learning to say no to things and that sort of thing. It's a skill that I am working on. I'm still at rank 1.
So good.
But yeah,
it's a Skyrim thing. You just keep using it.
Keep grinding. Yep.
And it eventually
Iron
gets
daggers.
better. Iron daggers all the way. Yep. Try holding down the shutdown button. I heard it fixes most issues. The funny thing is that you're actually right. Like the hard reboot is probably one of the best troubleshooting options. Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
Especially when you're streaming, it works wonders.
Absolutely. Just saying, if you haven't watched the new Game of Thrones episode, don't go on social media. Don't worry, we've seen it. We've seen it already. We're just not going to be talking about it here.
Because there could be a lot of people here that haven't seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So before we get too far into this, we have to give a shout out to one of our newest VIP patrons, Top of the Ruby. Thank you so much for
Welcome.
joining the VIP call the other
Yes,
day. That was
that was
really
great to
cool
meet
to
you.
meet you and have you
Yeah.
there. And yeah, I appreciate the support, bro. Means a lot. So glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Jad the Mad with the Twitch Prime for the second months in a row. Today I saw the latest Game of Thrones, Endgame, and the latest Attack on Titan sequentially in that order. 'Twas a tad intense. That's
Wow.
like how many hours of entertainment and how many millions of dollars of entertainment is that?
A lot.
So Game of Thrones' episode
Hour
recently
20.
was an hour and 20 minutes. Endgame was 3 hours and 2 minutes. So that's 4 hours and 22 minutes. And then you
then
have
maybe
Attack on Titan,
25
so
episodes.
23.
Yeah, or however that goes.
No, the
depending on-
latest Attack on Titan. So
Right.
23 minutes.
Well, is that counting openings and endings or no?
So 23 minutes. The latest Attack on Titan
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. I'm
Why are
pretty
you
sure-
saying so many episodes?
What?
You said episodes.
No.
Oh,
23 minutes.
that's what I said.
But wouldn't it be more like 25 minutes?
No.
No. No, whatever.
Why would it be 25?
Openings and endings. But
But we actually have the episode.
that's
right
a good point.
here.
We'll start the stream off with a disagreement and we will solve it. 24 minutes. Boom.
Okay, so I've always known that the joke is that anime episodes are 23 minutes, right? Right?
Except it's 24.
Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Isn't our
Yeah.
but then
We
neither
full
of us are
pedantic.
right. Neither of us are right. We full pedantic. Yeah, exactly.
That's how you know we're brothers.
So you now going back to my original thing, that would be 4 hours and 46 minutes of entertainment that you
Yep.
went through, Jad the Mad. And Endgame, let's say 300 million budget, Game of Thrones episode. That episode, I would put the budget in the movie level budget. I would rate 50 million.
Yeah, it'd be really tough to tell because I tried reading the budget summary, but the thing is, it was too dark and I couldn't actually like
Gotcha.
see the numbers.
Nice, well done.
So yeah,
Yeah, for real. I got to spend the last week of my Easter break doing something. Yeah, I mean, for real, for
Uh-huh.
real.
Yep.
But yeah, we had all of that. We had shows coming back for like for
Attack on
seasons.
Titan and
Well,
things.
Attack on Titan, but then you have like things where it's not living up to maybe necessarily the expectations, and people are going through like the craziness of like, wait, like One Punch Man. Like I haven't
sure.
seen any of it yet, so I'm sure it's still fine. But it's
but
like
it's not Madhouse.
it's not
Yeah.
Madhouse. It's not
yeah.
the same team that worked on it and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, there's that.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I just started a Domestic Girlfriend recently.
Hey, yeah,
Like I didn't
big
think
budget
that.
on that show.
I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yep.
You
Domestic
said
Girlfriend.
15 million. Okay. Endgame and Infinity War actually both had a $500 million budget reportedly. I doubt.
Probably for the two of them together.
I would say that that's probably for the two of them together. Yes, and also that's something where I don't know if that was an individual movie, whether or not that includes the marketing.
Oh no, budget would never include the marketing.
Right.
That's just to actually make the movie.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the new Attack on Titan opening in the end? Some people seem to have been split about it. So Jacob, you can give the heat on that.
Attack on Titan opening is full of spoilers. So basically, to protect Caleb's virgin eyes, he closes his eyes, and I enjoy the opening because it is a great opening. Visually, just spectacular and so good. But so he's not going to be watching it until we're past all the spoilery stuff.
Right, and he will be determining like what's spoilery, but not like I can still watch it or something. Because I caught like a half second at the very end, and it showed
with the basement,
the cellar, basically.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, that's going to happen soon. What a spoiler.
Well, or at least it's a concept that is on the forefront of their minds because they're returning to Shiganshi now.
Exactly. So craziness there. It's not even the fact that it isn't Madhouse. The manga is so incredible that art-wise it beats the anime. Dang. Ooh, Bones taking over One Punch Man. That could be interesting.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it holds though to the Madhouse thing of not doing sequels unless it's Overlord. But they just pass it on to someone else. We started this. Now go take it.
Go live your dream.
Yep.
Indeed.
But yeah, Domestic Girlfriend. It's a thing. It's happening.
It's your birthday.
Yep. Yeah.
We also have some big shows coming up that are ending, like all in a rapid fire thing. That's more like something that's happening in the future. But it's just kind of crazy to think about, like, what things like Jacob and I are like just finishing this month. Like,
Yep.
like Devilman Crybaby isn't finishing this month, but it's like basically
we're coming up on a lot of things that are going to be ending, and yeah, and a lot of the crazy stuff that did happen over the month of April. It's like we're not really going to talk about because spoilers, but like just the fact that like Attack on Titan, Game of Thrones, and what was the other thing? Endgame, yeah, right. The thing that I haven't seen yet,
right.
All of that at the same time. It's like, wow. Wow.
You guys ever wonder if like there's this singularity that we keep thinking we're going to approach at some point, and then we end up hitting it. We don't realize that was the singularity for not just the capitulation of nerddom culture just taking over the mainstream everything for, you know, X amount of time, but then because it took over mainstream everything for a certain amount of time, there's this resurgence again of what comes after that. You know, like HBO is going to be doing Game of Thrones like prequels. Marvel
they're gonna
isn't
milk that cash cow for all it's worth.
This is not the last Marvel movie. They're gonna do tons more.
Yeah,
we've got all kinds of things. Like we also got like the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. We got like
that's true.
We got like big things teased for the final movie in the sequel trilogy. Like it's just a good time to be a fan. A fan of fictional worlds and universes,
especially because we're coming into the summer. It's starting to get warmer. Just being a fan.
He's on fire today.
It's very, very.
He's on
helpful.
fire today. It's actually terrifying.
Yep. It's my wit blows my own mind sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Monster and Onizuka. They're going to be ending in 2 months. Wow. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh, Madhouse or Bones if we had to choose.
Bonehouse. That sounds wrong.
See, the thing is, I would choose Bones primarily because of just the recency bias regarding Mob Psycho Season 2. I think Mob Psycho Season 2 was one of the most amazing things I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible.
But in terms of the studio that I would say... It's more I'd say the directors that Madhouse seems to hire or attract or something like that.
Yeah,
because then you get these masterpieces like Sorayori, and Sorayori I would say you can't find any flaws in it. Like
not really.
Like you can find things that are nitpicks, but like it's just a really really good production. And Madhouse doing an actual like original or like just. Like, if I had to choose which one to do, like, an original anime, I would choose Madhouse, like, 100%. So, yeah. I think I would overall choose Bones just because of the recency bias, though.
Because of my wit, I would choose Studio Wit.
Ah, I see. Indeed.
Sagacious lass. Jacob's wit almost made me crash my car.
Wait, hold on. Where's the phone in this case that's watching the stream if you're driving?
Maybe
you better be handless on this.
Yeah, it's one of those prop things, you know, magnets
attached to the magnets.
You know,
Sagacious lass using magnets. Bonehouse. I love that emoji of you, Jacob, with it's from the picture of when someone drew me like licking the Bahamut with like blood coming out of my eyes, and then you're just basically just like disgusted in almost every way.
Studio Trigger's something special. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Studio Trigger. That's right. You started the Kill la Kill dub recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's pretty sweet. And then so we also finished the Divinity streams. So there's that too.
There's so many crazy things. Yeah.
Oh, and then also this will. Oh, damn it! It'll technically be the 1st of May. Whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Close enough. So, day after tomorrow, Wednesday, the books Battle Lines are going to be arriving. Big old pallets. Yeah, and then
The
from
May
there,
Madness will begin.
exactly.
Oh my gosh.
I should probably start practicing my signature. At least in the next day or so. Yeah, and then those will go from there to you guys. Thank you for being patient, because I know there were some delays. I really wanted to get them to you guys in April, but that just wasn't in the books.
For sure.
Yeah,
Magnets equals side of the road. Gotcha, Sagacious Slice. You pulled over.
just get a stamp for your signature.
Hey, that's not a bad
What do I do
idea.
at book signings? Like if I actually go like in front of people. Yeah. Just like Emperor's New Groove style, just like get like, just a little stamp.
The little sand thing that you put on the baby that kisses.
Yeah. Or like Fifth Element, Ruby Rod. I just get a paintbrush and just there you go.
Oh my god, yes, that movie. We need to rewatch that again. I really love that movie. That was really good.
The Kingkiller Chronicles is also being adapted into a series for real?
By who?
That's cool.
Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Tell me that this needs.
How many copies to sign? I want to say it's like 250, maybe 200.
Dang.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's a lot of books.
It is indeed.
It's crazy. Studio Ufotable reached perfection with Kimetsu no Yaiba. What Studio Wit did in Garo Vanishing Line with 2D and decent 3D for the armor gave me hope for a decent Berserk
Wait,
anime.
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Yeah,
so,
hold up a minute.
With 2D and decent 3D for the armor, so you can't just say that.
Yeah. So you're
Have
saying
that be all that you say.
So you're saying there's a 2D drawn person in the face, and then
like 3D
armor,
like
3D.
Because I mean, okay, y'all know how much I love Fate Zero Berserker. Like that. Anytime someone says all anime CG is bad, I mean, I have a lot more things to draw from now. But before, I was just like, Fate Zero Berserker, your argument is invalid.
Yep.
So if you're telling me that there's a new anime that has some good-looking 3D armor.
He's like, hey, you got some more of that armor?
Yeah.
Anime armor. Yes, indeed. Do you think next month will be even more of hell than April? I think not. I think next month will be a little bit more chill. I think it may.
I mean, Game of Thrones will be ending, which will be crazy.
Yeah. But that's something I would say that's localized to basically be in its own category. Like it'll be the third weekend of May. There won't really be anything else crazy happening around the same time, though. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think
Attack on Titan will still be going, but
Yeah. But there's going to be at least like 12 episodes of that.
At some point, Jacob should just do a top 10 anime armor. That sounds like something I would definitely be interested in.
Oh, wait. Jacob should put a number on every book so we can tell which copy we got. Jacob Woolcott number 1, Jacob Woolcott number 2, etc. Whoa. I'll help you with
a lot of books.
I'll help you with that if you want. You could have the number be a stamp.
Sure.
And I'll just sit there just boop, boop.
But then
boop,
I'd need to get a different stamp for each book.
No. Oh. I'm a freaking idiot. I'm so stupid. Oh my god. I was just like... I mean,
I suppose I could get like a bunch of number stamps, but like...
Oh my god.
IQ, Caleb.
Yeah. See, the thing is that it's been a long day. It's been a long day.
I mean, like,
I'm gonna go drink some.
Because the thing is, today, like before this podcast, we watched the first episode of Attack on Titan, or the 13th episode of season 3, and then the 3rd episode of Game of Thrones. So like, we're kind of emotionally drained right now.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm hopped up on juice right now, though.
I need hundreds of custom stamps immediately.
I need pictures of Spider-Man. I need custom stamps for my fans. Oh my gosh! Yes.
Man.
Wow.
But
wow.
we finished Divinity. And do we have any idea what we're gonna do afterwards? Who knows? Who knows?
Yep. You guys need to watch Vinland Saga. Yeah, there's a
We've
lot of
heard
people that have been
about Vinland
saying
Saga.
about that, and it's also Studio Wit, I believe.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh.
I don't remember when that was told to me, but I think someone in Twitch was basically saying, "Hey, Studio Wit's doing like an adaptation of the manga, and the manga is one that's like very popular."
Right. I've heard it.
Legendary.
I've heard it mentioned in the same breath as like Berserk.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
like just generally having great art style and yeah.
Gotcha.
Troll everyone with the same number stamp.
People are wanting info on some details regarding what are we doing after Divinity. And
Right.
here's kind of the question here. I think it would be nice to have a short little game to breathe between Divinity. That's something where we're more interacting on screen here.
This isn't a game, but the Silent Voice manga is 7 volumes.
Sure, but that's
But yeah, if we
7
wanted-
weeks.
We wanted to keep it as a game.
Yeah.
If we wanted to keep it as a game.
Yeah, what's a short game, like really short, like Doki Doki short, something that we could do in like 3.
Specifically a visual novel.
I mean,
Actually, no, visual novels can be stupid long.
Yeah, I was gonna say they can be
What am I
really
talking about?
long. Yeah, I don't know about
I've
that.
heard the stories.
Will Jacob grace us with his own Witcher stream? Oh, I mean, I've been telling him so much about the game. Maybe at some point.
I mean, okay,
No
I
promises, right?
I do love the 2 songs from the soundtrack that I've listened to. So, I mean, that is a thing.
Yeah,
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls. No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No.
I'm
no
getting
way.
stressed out just thinking about that. Oh, a Telltale game.
A Telltale game, I think, could be cool. Telltale games are relatively short, but if I remember correctly, the majority of the Telltale games I've already played. I've played the majority of them already. Because I remember, I'm a story guy. I always loved the idea of the Telltale games being a thing. So I think I've played all the popular ones, at least. Sekiro. No, guys, we're not going to do Sekiro. I am the most casual of gamers. I don't...
Yeah,
I can't... I'm not going to play something that bad. Yeah, I've played Telltale Game of Thrones already.
Devil May Cry.
Hollow Knight, I have looked into Hollow Knight. It is a single-player game, though. It would be something where it would be one person playing at a time while the other person does commentary. And while I think that's totally fine, I think it's something that, we'd be looking for something where it would have more value in the commentary.
Caleb is so casual he doesn't even play Gwent. I take it that's a stab at your Witcher streams.
Yeah, but the thing is that most people don't play Gwent. I mean, come on.
Gotcha.
It's basically a card game within the game itself.
Oh,
that ended
okay.
up becoming so
It sounded
popular.
like a character name.
Yeah, it's a card game that ended up getting so many people into it that they just made an individual game for the card game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's still happening, but yeah. More Quiplash. Oh, that's a possibility. Yeah, Nier Automata would be a good, I would say, single player maybe thing. I mean, from what I understand about it. Jacob Witcher 3 on Thursday and Caleb on Friday. Soka.
Undertale. Yeah, we've heard people
that's
tell us about
possible.
that,
How
yeah.
long is Undertale though? Is it really short or is it kind of short?
No one plays it. So many people play it, they made it into a full game.
Yeah. I that's the joke. The no one plays it is the troll, exactly.
It's kind of not short. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. Undertale would be good if they haven't played it. It's got a modest length. But
Tales of Vesperia. Yeah, we've heard about the Tales games.
Okay. I actually kind of like the idea of Undertale.
Oh yeah.
I'll look into it, but we'll have a surprise answer for you guys.
You do
guess
enjoy
on Thursday.
underdogs, so Undertales, that's a closely related. That's like part of an underdog,
right?
you know.
Right?
Yeah.
At least the back, like 20%.
The back end, yeah.
Depending on, I mean, unless it's a pug, then it's, you know, like the back, like 5%. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
6.5 hours. Okay. Okay.
all right.
That's really short. Like I think that's
like
basically
2 streams right there.
That's basically Doki Doki.
Although
'cause
we stretched out Doki Doki with the voices.
I know,
Yeah.
but I believe Undertale has voices.
Right, exactly.
So we could basically make it into 3.
Yep.
Undertale's about 4 to 5 hours. The other run depends on how well you do boss fights. Oh, interesting. Rather than play Berseria
Undertale does
first.
not have voices. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know. Yeah. The Tales game that we're gonna play first is the one that's been gifted to us by the lovely GUI engineer, who gifted us not only the game as a Steam code, but also the controllers by which we will play. Ooh,
Right.
Trashokan! Maybe try Hellblade. It's a pretty short, 7 hours atmospheric experience and has very good storytelling and sound design, but be sure your PC is good enough. The graphics are amazing.
Our PCs would probably be good enough.
Wait, so the game is called Hellblade and it's an atmospheric experience? Doesn't that sound like a contradictory...
Like, when I hear Hellblade, I think, like, Mortal Kombat. Or
yeah, or
something
Diablo, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like...
But, I mean, hey...
Like, RPG, kill demons. Hellblade is incredible solo, though. Gotcha.
All right.
Also, wear headphones for Hellblade.
Oh, it's a horror game?
Well, I'm assuming it's a horror game, but...
Gotcha, and that's probably... Yeah, right, it's atmospheric.
For sure. Okay. Hey. Dark Souls Remastered, each death the other brother plays, you can take from 5 to 20 hours or something. What's great in the first Dark Souls is the atmosphere, the intelligent combat system, and the rich world where everything is connected, so you can approach it in several different ways the more you play. Also the most important, doing Berserk build. Oh my gosh. I think a Dark Souls exchange the controllers based on deaths would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
But we would also get so like, oh man, that's.
I think we're not ready for that.
I feel like that's a level of negativity we just don't need in our lives right now. Like that's just. You know.
Jacob and I are.
Oh, Minecraft! We should do a Minecraft stream, Caleb.
Oh my gosh! And we can like make OC characters to like inhabit the world and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and we can like role play while we're playing.
Make lore and stuff. That's the thing. We could play D&D and Minecraft, Jacob.
Oh hey, just the D&D stream, something simple like that. Yeah.
Yeah, super simple.
Super simple.
Yeah. Once we have the capacity though, do something like that. That would be a fun thing.
That would be
see
cool.
What would be the mechanics necessary for a stream in order to make a D&D one shot just happen. Just one. Like what? How many cameras?
I feel like if you got to the point where you could do a one shot, you could kind of just do a campaign. Because you'd just be doing more of the same thing. You know?
I think it's more of the same thing, but there's also, I'd say, the producing side of it beyond just the recording. And then there's also, optimization. So, like, you remember the Critical Role's audio?
Oh, yeah. At the beginning, yeah.
So bad way back when.
Yep.
Attack on Titan Season 13? Wow. I haven't watched 13, I haven't watched that one yet.
Episode 13, yeah.
Maybe.
So we've watched it. It's been sent to the editor. The editor's working on it.
Yeah. Don't worry. Be patient. We'll get it. You're too memed about Dark Souls. Oh, I gotcha, for sure.
Praise the sun.
Indeed. I'll just say Automata would lend itself really well for a single player +1 commentary.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Nier Automata is one of those, like, along with Witcher 3, considered one of the greatest video games of all time.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
For some reason, whenever I think Nier Automata, I always think that it's some kind of, like, JRPG. Like,
well,
I mean, it might be a JRPG. I don't know, but like,
it's not a typical JRPG. I know a decent amount about the game.
Oh, okay.
Because I have lots of gaming friends, and when that game came out, they were like, "Oh my god, please check out this game. I want to talk to you about it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not really gonna do that," and they were like, "Ugh,
why must you hurt me this way?
Why must you hurt me this way, Harry?"
Yep. And you're like, hey, there's just things that I'm not into, and I just don't get into those things. And then they hear about you watching Domestic Girlfriend, and they're like, you traitor.
Right.
Liar.
I've heard about Life is Strange. I'm not really super interested in getting into it, but it does seem very Telltale's style, so that could make it very interesting. Portal 2 would be amazing. Yeah, Portal is a game that I had a lot of fun with way back in the day, and playing co-op with Portal 2 would be... I think we would find out in the first hour whether or not we would be about that. Because you know the concept of Portal as a game, right?
No.
You've never heard of it.
I mean, I've heard of it.
But do you
I'm
know...
guessing there's a portal.
No. It's you have a little tool where you have an in portal and an out portal, and you can shoot it on surfaces, and you have to solve puzzles and get through this.
Oh, that sounds awful. It sounds like I'd just go crazy. See, here's the thing.
It's fun in some ways, but
I might be good at predicting things in stories, and even then, with certain bounds of accuracy. Puzzles, though, no. Like murder mysteries, no.
What do murder mysteries have to do with it?
Well, I mean, it's one of those other things where it's like something that we're technical thinking. Like traditionally in storytelling, whenever you have the smart person, they know how to do all the puzzles and solve the murder mysteries and like do other stuff. Mine is very particular in the kinds of things that I'm good at solving.
So, gotcha. If you want to spend 3 years on a game and enjoy every moment of it, Persona 5 is made for you.
Oh. I've heard those games are long.
Yeah, but
I want party games like Smash Bros. Oh boy.
Hey, if we found a way when we get the controllers in to do some kind of like PC ported Smash Bros, probably wouldn't work that well, but imagine playing Smash Bros right here on stream. Like I was telling them a while back about your Zelda main troll strategy.
Oh yeah,
it's so stupid.
Playing on stock, yeah. Jab the man 100 bits. Hey Caleb, here's the situation with the King Killer Chronicles.
Oh, gotcha.
Lionsgate are making a film series based on the books themselves. Apparently, Sam Raimi is attached to direct. Meanwhile, Showtime is making a prequel series because the books aren't done. I believe it's been greenlit, but it's still being written at the moment. Gotcha.
Okay, so
two different things at
Lionsgate is... Wow. This is the thing. I don't trust Lionsgate. Lionsgate is we adapt books into movie studios. Badly.
Well...
Like 80% of the time, they do it really badly.
Did Lionsgate do the Narnia movies?
No.
Okay.
Lionsgate did like Hunger Games. That's their main acclaim to fame. That's probably their highest grossing thing they've ever done.
First one was good. Well, okay, Jennifer Lawrence was good.
Yeah. I actually really liked the second book back when, and I thought the first book was fine, but God, I hate everything about the third book in Hunger Games, and oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
Is Domestic na Kanojo the classy anime you're talking about? LOL. Of course, Domestic Girlfriend is absolutely wonderful.
I mean,
amazing.
Have you seen what we're dressed up in while we're reacting to it? It must be classy.
Oh yeah, that's some classy stuff right there. Right up there with like Spice and Wolf and everything. Is just Spice and Wolf is way classier. But yeah. It's great. It's so much fun that Caleb's actually
Narnia was Disney. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think you're fed wrong information about Dark Souls. It's really not that hard. It's a fair game that requires you to learn enemy attack patterns and then have quick reflexes in order to retaliate. Lore, world design, and characters are amazing. No. We're memeing it intentionally because we understand the meme, and that's because I have lots of friends that play lots and lots of Dark Souls. Like, you have a cousin, and I have an old friend who is huge. That's right. We have extended Dark Souls family relatives. Yeah, and they and those two in particular love Dark Souls. And while I couldn't, like, when I come hang out with them, I couldn't bear to watch them play because it was just like oh, they're mostly just kind of speeding around with like their tricked out weapons and stuff, and Dark Souls has a thing where like, I don't know if it's the latest one or something, where people can like warp into your reality and you have to like fight them or something.
Gotcha.
And he was basically just killing people as he do that. He'd be like, hey, check this out. And he'd be like, so see, this guy thinks he's actually good. And then he's like, 1, 2, 3, and the guy's dead. And I'm like, what did you do? And he's just like, nothing. All Dark Souls have that. Oh, okay, cool. Gotcha.
Love Jacob's Ahegao shirt under the suit jacket. Thank you, Eric Walt. Glad you like it. From Gooey, these are hardcore gamers. It will be hard for them. Just watch Caleb's Witcher playthroughs for proof.
Okay. So Geralt dying over and over again in the boxing thing was because of some BS border boundaries that were invisible walls that kept me from being able to dodge properly. So I'm not that casual. That you can't throw that against me, at least. Undertale is still my vote if you're deciding between stuff to play, short and story-based, good for commentary. Yeah, I think it's the game's fault. Yeah, I think actually Undertale would be pretty good. I think we'll have to talk about that off stream about what we're gonna decide and stuff. But
our decision-making process is very elaborate and. Yeah,
it's like, so what do you been thinking about this? Okay. Yeah.
All right.
It's a lot of grunting and just kind of humming and stuff like that.
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense, but if we do it on stream, you guys will think we're like speaking a weird alien language or something.
That's right.
Like that.
Yep.
It's how we do. Now let's just throw them right into the Tales of Fire. Okay, I don't understand that reference.
Yeah.
If you are complaining about invisible borders, then the camera boss will kill you in Dark Souls. The camera boss?
I'm guessing that's just like a reference to the fact that
the camera is badly handled.
Right, and that's the real boss of the game, probably.
What was the one game that I actually played that had a bad camera? Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed had a couple.
Camera wasn't that.
It had some pretty bad camera.
No, the real bad camera.
From like old school days.
Yes. Remember that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. The camera rotated, which wasn't inherently a problem, except that the way you moved across the board was fixed on, like, geographical north while the camera rotates.
You're right.
And you're using keys. You're using keys. So north, west, east, south, right? And that's how you move.
It was bad.
That combined with a rotating camera, absolute nightmare.
And it's funny because that's not even considered one of the hard Ninja Turtle games, Jacob.
No, but just part of it was.
When I went to my buddy Josh's place, way back when, we played the actual like really hard Ninja Turtles game, and the thing was that he kept like it was back on the
GameCube or
no, like it was either Nintendo 64 or the SNES, but like it was really hard, and basically there were just levels where we would just kind of rage quit and then go into dual mode and just basically we just never beat them.
I respect that. You know, it's when the DM sends you up against something too tough, just start killing party members. You know,
Erwin is my president. Thank you so much for the 110 bits. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The camera is the real boss of all Soul-esque games. I mean, if it's consistent, then it's consistent. You know, you end up figuring it out.
Just play Minesweeper. Yeah, there you go.
Hellblade would IMO make a really good commentary plus playing experience because a lot of the experience comes from visual and auditory storytelling.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, it might have been NES. Thank you, Peps, too. I'm not remember exactly what it was. All I remember is that the visuals were very staticky and granular, and I remember a couple of the level designs, so I could maybe describe them at some point.
By the way, any questions that you guys have for us, not regarding like spoilery tips, stuff like Attack on Titan, Game of Thrones, or Endgame?
I'm playing Witcher 3, I think, at the highest difficulty right now. I switched.
Then he checks and he's actually at like the third easiest difficulty or something.
I'm either on the second highest difficulty or the hardest difficulty. I recently switched it up because it was too easy on like the normal difficulty, and I went either one level up or the next one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we ever get Caleb to play another like Rage Quit game, like Getting Over It or Dark Souls or something like that, I need to wear the Ahegao shirt. That way, it just makes him even more upset.
Yep. Ooh, suggestion. Stanley Parable. All about trying to screw the game over. You versus the narrator. Hilarious, short, and deconstruct narrative tropes. Oh. That could be fun. And it's really short?
Competitive solitaire.
Actually, what's the card game that we're both really good at? Is Hearts. Both really good at
Yeah,
Hearts.
we're pretty good at Hearts. Yeah.
I'm really good at Hearts.
Pinochle, yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite type of cookie?
Ooh.
Okay.
Actually, we were just talking about this in a goofy way with breakfast today. You know, the honey granola oats stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, oatmeal cookies are
just to die for.
to die for.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Here's the thing,
So
though.
good.
My favorite cookie. I will tell you about an experience.
A story.
So,
Story time.
Caleb and I used to work at this candy ice cream like coffee shop, right?
Like a little tourist trap thing.
Yeah, a little tourist trap place, right? And here's the thing: they had cookies there, and the cookies were to die for. And I made it a point that every time one of the two co-owners baked fresh cookies, that I would buy one of the cookies because these cookies were so good and fresh out of the oven. It was just like, oh. I
gotta tell them what
it was
type of
absolutely
cookies they
delicious, like snickerdoodles or like oatmeal cookies or just
Peanut butter
even simple
cookies.
chocolate chip or peanut butter. Like these cookies were absolutely delicious.
Big boys too.
Right. And the thing is that since this is like, you know, sort of like just the one couple running the place, they make all the stuff there. So they make the cookie dough, they bake the cookies and everything. So I get this idea. I'm like, hey, I go up to the person who's in charge of making the cookies. I'm like, can I buy like 5 or 6 cookies and then you make one cookie
out of the 5
or 6 cookies. And these were pretty big cookies, you know, because
like I said,
it's them individually,
this
you know,
big.
so, you know, big cookies. So they basically made one super cookie for me, and it was wonderful. I went to the grocery store, got a can of whipping cream, and basically just had a good old time with this fat cookie.
You bite into the cookie, then
No, I'd do that too, but I'd also like put it on top of the cookie when I was about to take a bite, and then yep, it was great. It was absolutely wonderful.
it's amazing.
So favorite cookie,
gosh.
probably Snickerdoodle, maybe peanut butter, and oatmeal's good too. I don't know.
I think the best cookie I ever had was a peanut butter cookie.
Oh yeah.
But if I had to choose a cookie for just consistency's sake, I love oatmeal cookies. Like, I love them.
Yeah.
I love the simplicity of the butter,
Just leave
brown
out the raisins.
The butter, brown... Yes, exactly. No raisins. The butter, brown sugar, and just the oats. It's this perfect, like, whole flavor, and it's not so sweet because of, like, either chocolate or, I don't know, like a sugar cookie or something, where it just... Oh... It's delightful. It's absolutely delightful.
Now I'm seeing Jacob awkwardly sitting at a store munching on a giant cookie stacked with whipped cream. Basically, but I did stuff like that all the time, so it wasn't anything new.
And tell them about the story about the super burger.
So
This was like Jacob's thing back in the day.
I would just fantasize about food while I was there. And I considered this particular event premeditated food slaughter, where I spent about 3 weeks planning exactly what I was gonna like, all the things I was gonna put on this burger, because this is like
How many pounds of
redneck
meat?
town in the middle of nowhere with like 400 people.
Yep.
Not even tiny town, and like one grocery store and not much stuff there. So, you know, I was like, okay, what do I have to work with? And basically I got 3 pounds of ground beef. And this was like living in like this little like rental place for, you know, when we were staying there. So I had like one frying pan, and that was like it. That was what I had to cook with. So I took 3 pounds of ground beef, made it into a single patty, you know, big old thing.
One patty, y'all. One
And
patty.
then put it in the frying pan and started cooking it. And it was like sitting in like standing oil. And the thing was, like, it took like 2 hours to cook this patty. And we didn't have a lid that would work with that frying pan with the patty in it, you know.
Right.
So I ended up taking 3 butter knives and interlocking them so that each one was like a counterweight against each other. And then I put a plate upside down on top of it for a lid so that the steam would trap inside it. And then half a dozen eggs.
Oh my god.
And then a bunch of grilled onion, sharp white cheddar, hash browns, and just like everything that I could think of. And then I took this was the big thing that I was looking for, though, because I was like, okay, I can do however much meat I need,
Right, yeah.
but the big thing is the bun, because you have to have it all on one bun, and if you use a bunch of regular buns, they'll just get squished. So I got this big loaf of like sourdough bread, right?
Yep,
And it was
yep.
like one of these big loaves. Just sliced it open, grilled it with like, butter and like garlic and stuff, and just ended up having this burger that when it was all said and done was, I kid you not, about this big.
Can confirm. Oh my god.
And I had to like have it on a platter, and I'd have to like keep it in like basically like a plastic bag tied around the top.
Yeah. Otherwise it would just destabilize,
Yeah. So,
fall under the pressure of its own weight, its own girth.
but this is the best part. I take it into work because you have to show off the efforts, the fruits of your labor.
Oh yeah,
right?
you have to throw your meat onto the table and be like,
Exactly.
flop it on there and just be like, behold,
Yeah.
this is how big I can make it.
So when it's in the plastic bag, it looks like a cake. Like I just have a cake in there, right? Just some big cake, on a platter. And I take it out, and microwaving it. Oh man, I microwaved that sucker for a long time.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's so disgusting.
And we had these bread knives. Right? For like slicing up like bunches of baguettes and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just take that and I use it as my cutting knife. Get a fork and then just take a whole thing of like the ketchup, bottles. And I just front and center, like, because it has like outdoor seating and stuff. So I go to like the front and center like thing by like the sidewalk that goes past this place.
Yep. So he's
and
right
just
on the
set it
corner.
down. Right on the corner.
He is letting
Proudly
his meat
broadcast.
be displayed for the world to see.
Exactly.
It is something else.
The looks on people's faces.
They're just like,
because at first they see it and they think it's something other than a burger, because
Right.
what in
So they
God's
kind of
name
look-
kind of burger would be that big?
right, they kind of look and then they go,
Yeah.
and then they just kind of walk away slowly.
And like the people that worked there, and the people that owned the place, they were kind of used to my antics, so they were just like their mouths would be agape, but they handled it pretty well. But the customers that would come through, like they would be like, "What is that?" And I'd be like, "It's a burger." They'd be like, "Where did you get it?" I'm like, "I made it." You gonna eat that all that yourself? Yep.
Yep.
And then
my
just
God.
sitting down to this giant burger with a bread knife and just
Yeah, that satisfying sound was when you like cut the hard bread, like like that.
and then just taking the ketchup and just
Just drowning it. It's just so disgusting, but it's amazing. Isn't that amazing though, y'all? Like, this is what he does when he's just like, I have free time and I'm hungry. Premeditated food murder, basically.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Jairus Briss, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Good to see you,
you.
buddy. Woo, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The stream has gone full ASMR now. Indeed.
But see, the thing is, when I spend a lot of time on something, I like it to be a memory. And that burger was very much a memory, a fond memory.
Quite
Yes.
a big memory.
The amount of seasoning I had to put on that patty.
to make the meat not taste disgusting. Because ground beef, let's be real, y'all, it doesn't taste that good. Just, you need to know how to cook at the very least, but then you need to know how to season it. Like, just pepper and salt and pepper makes a huge difference because of how, I would say, lame ground beef tastes if not handled well. So yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about beef? It's not healthy for you
Domestic
either.
burger.
I mean, like, health.
Depends what your health goals are,
Yeah, what are your health goals exactly?
Round is a shape,
HDT 0823, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to
Yes,
have
thank
you
you.
here. Domestic burger, yes, exactly. Bad Company's burger place.
I could just see Bad Company
my
all
God.
working and then they all work together and lift up the burger.
The Body Improvement Club, bows before the almighty burger before they improve their bodies by consuming it.
Yeah.
And then they take their forks and fight on, and then they just tear the thing apart. Oh my gosh.
That was fun. That was fun making that and planning it too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
A story to tell your grandkids.
That's right. Oh yeah.
When some kid's like, I ate a 1 pound thing of whatever, and you're just like, son, in my day, let me tell you what. When your old grandpappy Jacob was but a young lad, maybe 17, yeah? I think it was when you were 17,
no,
18.
I think I was like 19.
19, okay.
Yeah.
Young lad of 19. I made the burger to end all burgers.
That's right.
Not even man versus food could tackle this monstrosity.
the best part-
7 pounds of nutritious food.
And the skillet was like barely big enough to hold the burger, much
Right.
to cook it.
Right, just the meat! Just the meat! Like, you had to, at some point, take the meat out of there and let it cool down while you grilled the bread in order to actually,
And imagine flipping something of that size, like, because I had to flip the burger eventually. And the way I had to do it was like pour out the grease and then like use the plate that was the lid and then just put it onto the plate and then like slide it from there back into the pan. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yep.
Why are you talking about food? Making me hungry. But it's already after midnight. Trash Cod, I am sorry. I am sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe you should play Overcooked, actually. Overcooked would be even funnier in terms of a rage quitting thing, because I believe Overcooked, Jacob, it's a game where you basically play as you can I don't know how many players can play in it, but I think you are in a kitchen and you're managing like orders of food coming in.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not sure if that's actually the thing. Caleb, your Barbosa is showing. Yes,
Okay.
yes, this is true.
Have I been on any cooking shows, Jacob? Because you need to be. No, I've watched Sweetness and Lightning, so that counts for something, right? Yeah.
Okay. Overcooked to make you 100 times more mad than Portal 2. It ruins friendships. Oh my god, I can see it. I can see it now. Definitely not a good idea then. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Undertale, meta RPG. Stanley Parable, meta narrative. Baba Is You, meta puzzles. Don't play that one if you don't have 10,000 IQ. Okay, Master. Good to know. But hey, then if those are our current, I would say, top picks, I think those are pretty good because they're short. And then, you know, in the meantime, when we do those, we can, or when we do one of those, we could decide what we're doing after that, as far as like a big game.
The coolest ground meat dish I've ever heard of was someone taking ground beef, ground pork, ground chicken, and ground lamb, wrapping them all in a tube of dough and baking it so you'd get a different flavor with every bite. That sounds amazing.
Overly simple,
but simplicity.
but I would eat it. I'd eat it. It's weird, y'all. You know when you look at something on like someone else's plate of food and you're just like,
I'd
eat
tap
that. Like, yeah, you basically like, I'd eat that. It looks disgusting. Like, because, you know, some people, like I've been there. I don't take time into preparing my food sometimes. It could be just like a bowl of slop. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to eat all this. And it's just like, oh, no.
I went to Taqueria Rinconcito the other day with someone who had never been there. Mm-hmm. And I was really hungry.
This is a good place for tacos.
Good place. Like the authentic like Mexican style tacos, like you would get at like a food truck, right?
Right.
And they have this really spicy like verde salsa that's so good.
It's really good.
I just love drowning the tacos in there. Yeah. But I was really hungry, so I did something I'd never done before and got 12 tacos.
You came up to the big leagues.
The other person got 4.
Plebeian.
I finished all mine before them.
So that either means you made them talk the whole time, or
I know those tacos.
Or you just
Yeah. I don't think I've ever eaten a taco in like 15 years. That's so sad.
That's
I
mean, a lot of people just haven't eaten certain types of food.
Right, they just think like
that makes sense.
Or when they think tacos, they think like Taco Bell tacos, and I can understand that, you know. But
like I have friends who didn't know what a red vine was. It's cool.
Mean, that's nothing special.
Well, no, I understand that.
I mean, I know you hold the red vines in very high regard.
No, but just the idea of like a common candy that you
Sure.
get at like a movie theater,
Yeah.
someone wouldn't know that it existed.
One of the
like
cool-
that's the case in like other countries where
Yep.
people will be like, here's a
Uh-huh.
thing that we all have here, and I'm just like, I have no idea what that is.
When I went to New Zealand, I got to introduce people on my tour bus to not only s'mores but also Nutella, because I basically
Okay.
went to the international like
Gotcha.
food section and I got Nutella, and then I got the closest things we could to s'mores because they didn't have graham crackers over there because apparently that's an American thing.
Yep, that's an American
But
thing,
but
yeah.
recreated s'mores for everybody with Nutella. And they were like, "This is probably the most like stereotypically American
thing.
I can imagine. Like it's great, right?
America.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Are people now that are international here being like, wait, what are red vines? You know how terrible it is to be a picky eater? I know you two probably eat everything, but what foods you both dislike the most?
That's arugula.
No, arugula is great.
Well,
I would say
tough.
if anything, I am a little bit picky with the way mushrooms can be presented
Oh, yeah?
in a meal,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Yeah, mushrooms too. But like even then, like if it's on pizza, I usually just don't look too closely, you know. Yeah. I used to think that what was it? That Brussels sprouts. Like I just thought that was like one of the most nasty things possible.
tell the Brussels
But the
sprout
Brussels
story.
sprouts, like oh man.
Okay, I have to tell you that this is something where I enlightened Jacob into the gloriousness that is Brussels sprouts.
Oh no! Even before that recipe, because that recipe is really good. But even before that,
Oh no, I'm talking before even the restaurant or anything.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, because that's
So that's the time where you were like,
that's where it was
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Brussels sprouts is gonna be amazing.
So Jacob and I, about I'd say a year and a half ago, went to this place and they had a little appetizer thing with Brussels sprouts and this sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, or you asked like, what's your best things here? And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
Brussels sprouts. And
Yeah.
you're like, I'm not so sure. And they're like, the sauce is really good. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Well, I have a buddy of mine who's basically he's obsessed with butter. He's obsessed with butter. Like he just puts too much butter on everything. But he's like, I make sauces for fun. Like, can you imagine a guy who basically just hangs out in kitchen and he makes sauces for like a later day or something?
Yeah, that's
And he basically prepared the most amazing sauce for Brussels sprouts. And Brussels sprouts, y'all, they taste like dirt, you know? They taste like dirt and grass, you know? But the thing is that he put the most delightful, like buttery, thick, creamy, like slightly, like I would say velvet rich caramelized onion sauce, and it just
and you don't like onions.
no. Onions are fine. Onions
Oh,
are fine.
okay.
Onions are all about preparation, and you mix them.
Gotcha.
You don't like no one eats an onion plain, Jacob. No one eats an onion plain. Those people are crazy.
Well,
It's all about onions. You mix them into other things, but it's just like, oh man.
yeah.
That feeling when they don't have a podcast topic and it becomes questionable food stories.
Yeah, what was it?
It was a question someone asked us a long time ago that we started.
Yeah,
this
this has been Fed
tangent,
Talks with semblance of sanity.
right?
Yep. Yeah.
Why are we talking about food?
Yeah.
Octopus tastes better than mushrooms, though. Yeah, I buy that. But yeah, guys, if you
Food's
have
an amazing thing.
questions for us,
Is your sauce friend single?
he is actually.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yep. He's still single. Yep.
Yeah.
Ouch, that sounds bad, but still single.
But yeah, sauces can make up for pretty much anything. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yep.
So basically, smother anything in enough butter, no matter how foul tasting, and it will become delicious. Yeah, that's basically his thing. You start with butter and then you move on from there. Oh my gosh. Onions you just fry and you can eat with bread and nothing else, and it's delicious. I know it sounds insane, but try it.
Ooh.
God, it's good.
Oh yeah,
I
especially
mean,
if you
sure.
like toasted the bread. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can move on from food specifically.
As soon as we finish talking about garlic, because garlic.
Oh no.
Seriously, okay, like if any of you guys ever like if you end up going to say like Emerald City Comic Con, which just happened, so you know, next year if you go to Emerald
Next
City
year,
Comic Con,
Come hang
in
out
Bellevue
with us.
and Totem Lake, come and hang out with us. But in Bellevue and Totem Lake, there's a restaurant, little family chain type thing called Mediterranean Kitchen. The food there is to die for.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll basically like have some kind of meetup or something. Actually, that's a good question. We can talk about meetups. Let's bring up that whole subject.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be at RTX.
We're gonna be at RTX Austin in July. So yeah, if you're in the Texas Austin area, 4th of July weekend, that whole time we're gonna be down there. So
yeah,
that'll be cool. But it would be cool to have a thing at some point where we either do one just in this area in the Pacific Northwest, just kind of as a fun thing, but also like a way that we could focus on having more meetups based around certain conventions, like some of the ones that you've been really wanting to go to.
Sure.
Or just kind of stuff in general, and that could be pretty cool.
Hey Jacob, how do you rate Domestic Girlfriend manga to anime adaptation? So I can't really say much about this because he's here.
Yeah.
But I will say that I had no idea, especially with the manga, just how invested I could become in a story as Domestic Girlfriend as Domestic Girlfriend. Yeah. So if you haven't read the manga, read it. I mean, watch the anime first and then read the manga. But like,
gotcha.
It's awesome.
Cool, very cool, very cool. As a Texan, what do you know about Texas stereotypes, food, people, culture? I've been to Texas now 3 times, and I've had the food there many times. One of our VIP patrons is a Texan.
Yep.
And I've hung out with him quite a bit there in Texas, and yeah, I know a decent bit. I have an in. I know a guy. I know a guy.
And then the food there is awesome. Like the fact that they make
awesome,
everything bigger, like that's because it's true.
It's true.
It's like home country. Like they understand us over there.
Right. You'll be at CRX. Wait.
Or I'll be at CRX.
That's what that says. That's what I said. So I'm saying you'll be at CRX,
right.
meaning E-Devil Shocker.
Word.
So what's CRX? Yeah. Europe meetup? Oh, oof! I don't know how we would plan out a Europe
That'd
meetup.
be pretty insane.
That seems pretty nuts. We haven't even been to Europe before. Like I've had layovers in like Paris, but I've never actually like stayed in Europe before. So I don't know. A meetup with you two is probably the only meetup I would ever go to. But going to America is too much for me. Yeah, exactly.
Totally get it, Kyle.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you plan to meet some European fans? Do you have travel plans at all? At the moment, no. That's just something that would be cool to figure out what would be a good thing that could provide the function for the meetup to happen.
Yeah, we need to first level up to the point where we actually have plans in general.
Oh my gosh. Jacob convinced me to put Domestic Girlfriend on my anime and manga list to watch read.
If the premise does not make you curious in the slightest, then maybe it's not for you.
Oh, gotcha.
But if it does, it's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Memes aside, is Domestic Girlfriend good? People just keep saying, haha, it's garbage, I love it. That doesn't give me high hopes. Watch the first few episodes and don't know if it's normal that I'm not impressed yet. Well, you have to be in the right mood for a show is the thing. Like, you can't force someone to watch something and have them just automatically like it.
Crunchyroll Expo, weekend of August 30th, E-Devil Shocker.
Oh.
That's what
Right, CRX.
CRX is.
Gotcha.
Cool. And where is that? Like,
I think it's in LA.
Is that? Caleb, besides Berserk, have you read any other manga in your own time? What do you think about the medium? I haven't really, no. And
still need to get him to read a silent voice.
And I think the medium is fine. I prefer anime for now.
Sure.
But I'm sure I could be willing to see it from another way. Oh, it's in San Jose. Okay. I've been down to San Jose a couple times. Yeah. Are you more or less or overall indifferent about Sorayori losing to Devilman as anime of the year now that you're about 8 episodes into Devilman?
Well,
yeah, I'm not so salty because I understand now why, but I still would have
preferred
preferred
the universe should have won.
Yeah, I still think Sorayori should have won, but the directing, the soundtrack, the animation, the crazy breakneck pacing of the story. It's something that I've never seen before in anime, so it absolutely deserves recognition. I think that the main reason why it won, though, is the same reason why My Hero Academia movie won the thing.
Exactly.
Because it's a popularity vote.
It's a popularity vote. And the thing is that it's encouraging as we're watching this series to see just how much that, even though it was a popularity vote, it wasn't just that. Like,
it wasn't just that at all.
It has the substance to back it up. That really is awesome.
Yeah. Orisk, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you here.
Yes, thank you.
I think Mobs VA will be in Crunchyroll Expo. Oh, okay.
That's cool.
I can't believe you guys still haven't reacted to Parasite. It's a masterpiece, in my opinion. Hey, oof. Jacob, can I tease a little something that's coming tonight? Just tease them. Just tease them a little something.
There is something that could be teased here.
Okay. All right. I mean, like, it's not anything really big.
No, it's not like it's a pull for a show that's about to end soon,
And it might have Parasite on it.
It might also have other shows
that people have really wanted us to put on this.
Yeah. Maybe y'all should stay tuned for that, because it's gonna kind of be crazy.
Yep.
It almost seems like the kind of thing that would warrant like an announcement video for this poll, just to make sure that people don't miss it, because it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I can do it, but I am working on editing Game of Thrones.
Right.
So, you want to do an announcement video? That's great, Jacob.
This is how a lot of our conversation goes. It's like, should we do this thing? Whoa. I don't know who you think's gonna be doing that thing.
Hold on here.
Hold on a second.
I'm trying to make a 90-minute episode down to 10 minutes. So
nostalgic. It's just like back at the beginning. Yeah. But hey, at least we're not doing it on YouTube anymore. We don't have to worry about the page refreshing and just sending us back to 0 when we were almost done. Yeah.
Please don't do it. That destroys the balance you tried to achieve completely. Well, Daiki, this poll will actually have a first, second, third part to it. Okay. I'll okay.
You heard me.
That's enough. Jacob says that's enough teasing for now. Okay.
Boop.
Okay.
Yeah, Caleb's going to be editing Game of Thrones episode 3 for 3 days straight to get it down to 10 minutes. Pretty much. It's kind of ridiculous. He's a bit of a madman for doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't really trust anyone else to do it well.
So the only anime that could possibly even beat Promised Neverland and Pose the Sister Is All You Need. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. So
yeah, the original Fruits Baskets was hilarious and wholesome, but it would have been difficult to continue after that anime only ending. I'm so excited. Oh, that's the one that's getting a reboot.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I'm surprised that you guys survived Devilman, to be honest. I thought the feels and horrific imagery would make you lose that semblance of sanity. The Berserk manga has helped, as far as training goes.
Yeah.
Resistance training, helping us section off our feelings into a corner of our minds where we just don't deal with them.
But I don't know if you watched, actually, the episode 8 early access. It would be early access on Patreon, by the way. Check out our Patreon. Patreon.com/7insanity. But the reaction discussion, I made a point of saying, like, guys, like, this show has made me kind of dead inside.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like
Same here.
I felt really cold.
Yep.
Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's doing. No, it is doing its work there, and we haven't finished it yet. Like this poll is coming up because we do it in advance of the show.
Exactly.
Of the show ending, so we're prepped.
Because we want to be able to tell you in the last episode what's coming next.
Yeah, exactly. Devilman is really violent. It makes you really numb. You don't feel anything as I watched it for any of the characters, and that's not a positive for the show. I mean, I think that's definitely something that I understand where you're coming from, and that's totally valid. I would say that there are still characters that you do care about, despite the intensity of it.
Oh, Sagacious Lass. I have not checked out Princess Tutu yet. Still got it. But yeah, I haven't checked it out yet.
The show that's ending soon is Devilman Crybaby.
A Sister Is All You Need is actually better than how it sounds.
Oh man. Hey Jacob, so
boy.
when does the review embargo go up for Battle Lines?
The review embargo, that basically is going to happen once, specifically the way it'll be able to be like a concrete thing is once the ebooks are sent out. Because that'll be all at the same time. That'll get there the fastest. You don't have to worry about like shipping or anything like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so yeah, that's when the embargo on reviews for Battle Lines will go up. And any and all fan fiction, fan art, all of that stuff. I really want to get some sort of competition going or something for that. I don't know how that would even work and whatever, but yeah.
We could have a new thing with like our videos in general where it's like an outro or something.
Where it's like, hey, here's this fan art that was done, kind of like Critical Role with the, that kind of stuff.
I mean, it might be better to have it on a specific video rather than all videos, but
sure.
maybe something like that could be good. And hey, we're going to do the, by the way, coming up, not anytime, I don't have a date for y'all yet, but the Discord factions are coming back soon.
Yes.
Soon equals TBD.
Right.
So, it's May Madness, kind of that time again. So,
Battle Lines
stay
Reading
tuned
Club
for that if you're in the Discord. Any plans to do live reactions of your manga, Golden Kamui, and some other new manga slot? We don't have new manga slots yet, but we will definitely read it.
Yeah, with the amount of stuff that we're just going through, both anime and manga, doing more stuff is kind of a very limited resource.
We're fanficking the heck out of Battle Lines.
Yes.
Are you all running out of space in your shelves from people sending you stuff in the unboxing?
What makes you think we have shelves to put it on?
I mean, it's more like we're trying to assemble things in boxes.
It's more like literally there's so we have boxes. We have a box for the Berserk manga. We have all the One Piece manga like just stacked in its boxes. Yep. And then on my
it's a bit crazy.
On my closet, it's basically just GTO manga just stacked like almost up to the ceiling, and then inside there's all stacks of other manga and stuff.
Eric Wall, don't worry, those are just template things that were ideas if we did things that way, but it wasn't confirmed to do it that way anyway. So you didn't find anything, and I always have a bunch of test color rolls already in the Discord, so it's not something where I'm really too worried about it.
So favorite character from Battle Lines, I cannot actually tell you who my favorite character is because it'd be really hard to decide, and I'd have to go into like spoilers for why each one is better and stuff.
Who my favorite character?
Oh, sure. Who's your favorite character?
Can I say?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Oh, if you need to think about it, my favorite character to write, with the exception of like specific scenes for certain characters where it's just like, oh, this is awesome. But just in general, my favorite character to write was Saturn, which you probably no surprise
I totally
there.
understand that.
Because Saturn is absolutely awesome. Should you pick up the Silent Voice manga box set? Yes, absolutely. It's on Amazon. Get it. It's amazing.
So Mesker, about a week ago, I sat down and read the book finally.
Yep.
And I didn't want to be kind of an influence on Jacob's writing process and stuff like that. So I wanted to read the final finished edit and stuff. So once he had that and he had his proof copy and he did this basically like this edit thing, I picked it up and read it, and it was 2 days basically of me reading it, or I think it was technically 2 sittings of me reading it. And it wasn't 2 days simultaneously, but I did one sitting where I read like 65% of the book, or maybe even more. Yeah, it's probably about 70% of the book. And then I read the remaining 30% in another sitting. And I gotta say, the thing that really surprised me was I thought the main character was going to be one of the weaker characters. And actually the main character is probably the best character. And it's something where I would say, if that sounds like, well, it's obvious, the main character, it's like, well, no, there's a couple characters that are really close contenders, in my opinion, for best character. But the thing is that, I think having the main character actually be the most engaging character too, from an entertainment perspective, is like vastly underrated.
It's very important.
Vastly underrated. There's too many stories I know where the main character is that one character that's just there to move the plot along or react to the plot moving along, but it's actually that one super cool side character
Right, exactly. That doesn't get enough screen time, and Yep, absolutely. Yep. If you were to say besides the main character, because the main character is kind of like the easy answer because they get the most screen time, you know? Like,
yeah, but okay, how about this? In terms of the actual concept execution on the character, not the one that I thought that was probably my favorite kind of like unique character, the one where I was like, ooh
oh, okay.
Ooh, that I like that. That's cool. I really like Soul.
Okay.
I really like Soul. The concept and execution of his character is handled really well. Oh no, sorry. I have to ask you actually if I can say the character that, because it's kind of a.
Well, I mean, just. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
My favorite character that's like a side character that's not a favorite character, but just the concept execution is actually the AI. It's actually the AI. So, yeah. It's pretty.
I'm very proud of what I did with Erythian. Yeah.
Main character is the best character equals guts. Well, see, that's the thing, Ramiz. When I first watched the anime, Casca was my favorite character, and then Griffith became my favorite character,
and then way later,
Guts became my favorite character. Now, obviously, that's because the manga Guts is like empirically the main character.
Mm-hmm.
In the Golden Age arc anime, he is the main character still, but they give so much time to other characters that it's like, oh, they're actually like a squad, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah.
Male CPU Golden Heart, thank you so much for the follow.
That's very apropos considering what we were just talking about. What would an OP to a Battle Lines anime sound like?
You should look into that.
Like getting one made?
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
I don't know. Maybe
it would be a lot of orchestral music. Maybe a Sawano drop. Not sure. Yeah. Like
da 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 da.
Like it would I would be. Well, okay, no, here's the thing. Okay. Ideally, if I could make an anime opening for Battle Lines, it would not be an Attack on Titan style opening.
No.
What it would actually be is I would want Hiroyuki Sawano to do it, but I would want it to be done in the style of Guilty Crown's track Crone.
Because it's just the greatest piece of music
It's
ever.
just like... I'm convinced it's Sawano's finest work, and it's absolutely fantastic and amazing. I don't know if it would work well as an opening.
But thematically, with regards to the book and stuff, what song that already exists out there would you say would just kind of fit well, without much,
I mean, you could just slap Heart of Courage on there and, from Two Steps from Hell.
Okay.
But,
sure.
I don't know, yeah, because...
It's a bit epic and grand.
But has, the emotional aspects to it, too. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I think of the song, even though I couldn't see the Attack on Titan OP? It reminded me of previous openings. It actually had stuff from the very first opening in it that I was like, huh. Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, Sawano doesn't do the Attack on Titan openings, whatever. But he did the Attack on Titan
the Attack on Titan soundtrack.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Based on the aesthetic alone, Sawano would be perfect for Battle Lines music. Yes, that would be so amazing. That would be so amazing. Or something.
Oh, I'll get it.
Jacob, are you already working on another book? So I have begun different levels of preparation and production stuff. So yes, but I'm still mainly working on Battle Lines with all the stuff of figuring out all the details of stuff that needs to happen for the tech, the mechanics of everything, and then also marketing, because that's one of those big things about books that you need to not let be swept under the rug.
Right.
Yeah.
Sawano is a damn good composer. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, Sawano is something special.
Mm-hmm.
Knights of Sidonia's OPs are epic and fantastic. Huh. Knights of Sidonia, isn't that on Netflix?
Is that the... Or no, that's the different
I think
one.
of something else.
I think
Knights of Sidonia, I think, is on 3D
Netflix.
too.
Yeah. or a lot of it is.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Knights of Sidonia 3D and on Netflix?
Is Knights of Sidonia the one where the I set fire, or is that a different
so.
one? Because I always get Knights of Sidonia and another anime confused.
Same.
It's like
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other
Someone's
one is.
saying, I think you're right. Okay.
Yeah. Marketing, yay. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. You can probably slap Heart of Courage on almost anything. Basically.
I see you're also a person of culture as well.
Aldnoah Zero. Yeah.
Aldnoah Zero. Thank you. That's the one I always get it confused with. Thank
Ushio
you.
versus Sawano. Who's the better composer in your opinion?
That's tough.
That's really freaking tough. Okay, so here's the thing. Sawano, I feel like he does such a good job with his style of what he does, right? And that's probably why he's way more popular than Ushio and like more well known and stuff. Thing is with Kensuke Ushio, I think it's one of those things where his ability to adapt to whatever the story is that he's making the music for is absolutely insane. Like,
Yeah.
because the thing is, when I think about his music, you know, for Ping Pong, for Devilman, for A Silent Voice, you know, it's all so different. And it just fits. And that's the biggest thing of music for me. Like, I feel like because Sawano goes for more of the general sound, and then it's just, there are a bunch of shows that need that sound, you know, then they'll go to him because he's the best for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yoko Kanno. Yeah, she is absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Is Yoko Kanno the ED for
Black Lagoon?
no, the one. Well, who's Yoko Kanno?
So Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And then what else? She hasn't been doing as much music recently. I can't remember all the stuff that she's done. But Cowboy Bebop's the main one. Like, and at the part
Gotcha.
in Ballad of Fallen Angels, episode 5 for Cowboy Bebop, she's actually singing that too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Brrr.
Devilman Crybaby OP. It's so simple. How is it so good?
How? It's
Yeah.
I don't know, and that's one of the things where it's like the stuff that Ushio does with music. I can't understand it. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Question
And then we have High Army Forces.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Question for Jacob. Do you listen to the Attack on Titan soundtrack while reading the manga? I cry at my own genius at picking specific songs for specific scenes. I don't always, although I should really do that, because I did that for the Domestic Girlfriend manga, and it was absolutely awesome. And I do need to catch up on the Attack on Titan manga. I'm a few chapters behind. Yeah.
Shame.
I know. The people in the manga spoilers have been like,
Shame.
Jacob, what are you doing?
You're being left behind the rest of Zawado, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes, catch up.
I too highly recommend Dorororo. Dorororo for you guys. Interesting.
Keiichi Okabe composed the two Nier soundtracks, and they're absolutely some of my favorite game OSTs. Awesome. Dororo, not Dororo.
Eric Wall. I stuttered. That's all it was.
Yeah. Catch up, Jacob. Okay. Message received.
Exactly, Eric Wall.
Arararagi. Yep.
Have you guys stopped yourself from watching an anime, reading a manga, because of fear that you should react to it in the future instead?
Oh, absolutely. Like with
definitely.
March Comes in Like a Lion, I stopped that one because I was like, okay, this actually should probably be something that should be saved for a reaction. After I was like halfway through the first season. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that definitely happens and stuff.
What do you think about Bakemonogatari having so many OPs? It's awesome. I love it. And they're amazing. The one thing that makes me sad is that I don't feel like I get enough time to get fully attached to each OP because it's only for like 3 episodes or something, you know?
Right.
Even like, especially the Nadeko or the... That was only 2 episodes.
Yep.
Like, it was only 2 episodes, and it was probably the best OP out of all of them. And it was only 2 episodes, so it's like, okay, I guess I just have to listen to it on my own time a bunch.
I mean, yeah. And we've heard the memes and stuff as well.
Right,
so.
yeah.
So we were like inclined to like it already from the
Ooh,
get-go.
yes, Kevin Penkin did the Made in Abyss OST. Yep, that OST is also amazing.
Love is War ED. You know the one. You know the one.
Yeah,
This plastered smile on my face thinking about it.
yeah.
Oh,
So dang good.
this is so good. Just absolutely perfect. Made in Abyss OST was amazing, but in Shield here I don't really get the same feeling. Oh, it's the same person.
Is it
Okay.
Kevin Penkin? Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, Made in Abyss OST was one of the best like soundtracks I've heard in a fantasy show like ever.
Ooh, do you watch any series outside of the channel, anime or live action?
I'm taking him through finally. HBO.
True Detective.
True Detective.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we watched Voltron for a while.
Yeah, we watched a bunch of Voltron.
Only like the first 3 seasons. Dragon Prince.
The Dragon Prince. Yes, we were watching the Dragon Prince. Love the Dragon Prince. Have we finished season 2?
Yep.
Good.
We have.
Okay, I like forced you kind of to.
How may I serve you?
Now, how may I serve you?
That sultry, sexy, dangerous voice.
Sexy voice. Oh my god.
Evil sorcerers making people question their sexuality since 2018 or whatever it was it came out.
And then of course getting inside you with their possession powers.
Well, and the ASMR right next to the ear.
Yes, indeed.
Any upcoming
lie.
anime movies that are
never
catching your
lie.
eye? Why am I spacing on his name? The guy who did Your Name.
Yeah, he's doing
another movie, and from what I've heard, it seems to be basically just like, hey, let's make another Your Name. Which, like, I mean, come on.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he? Like, and I am so down for that.
Oh, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. If you like Breaking Bad, do not sleep on Better Call Saul.
Okay.
I can check that out. Yeah.
Makoto Shinkai. Yeah.
He's
Makoto
not.
Shinkai. Is that you? Yeah.
You haven't seen Breaking Bad, right?
Nope. I've seen the first couple seasons, and then I dropped it.
Yeah.
But I know everything that happens, so
Yeah. Exactly.
Weathering Into You. Okay, yeah, that's Makoto Shinkai's new film.
Weathering with You.
Weathering With You. Okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
I didn't like Your Name, and it felt weird about it. And then read the creator himself thought that it wasn't that good. Humble guy, gonna watch his new stuff for sure. Yeah, that was one of the the cool things is like hearing him talk about it and being like, okay, I guess people like this movie a lot, but like, guys, it's a movie. It's not perfect,
Yeah.
It has its mistakes, but Your Name is just magic as far as I'm concerned.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah. I am a good fan of ensemble cast live action shows that have a linear story. I don't really like it when it goes too episodic, and I think what I was worried about with Better Call Saul was that they would end up going more episodic
because it'd be like focusing on him and like the different customers that he has come in, things like that.
And I'm sure that he himself is the linear part of the story, but it's just
yes. And Radwimps is doing the OST again. Yeah. For Weathering With You.
Oh, what do I hate that everybody likes? Well, we've already talked about this. I am not the biggest fan, and it's a joke.
ReZero?
I love parts of ReZero. I hate everything past like episode 17 or whatever, or 18 of ReZero. Like it actually taints my overall experience of the story. And I'm actually kind of hyped for season 2's season 2 coming back because they had that very simple teaser trailer. Very simple, just like.
And the thing is, that's what ReZero does well. It's when they keep things simple and character focused. For Isekai, it's like
not trying to introduce some random
whale
treasure like monster hunter whale hunter guy.
One might say that they jumped the shark with that one.
Oh my god.
Like the old guy did, but it wasn't technically a shark, but whatever.
It bit off more than it could chew. Whale.
Oh, man. But what do I hate that everyone else loves? I don't know. That's tough. Because, I love Domestic Girlfriend, and a bunch of people apparently don't like that for some reason.
But that's probably, I would say, something more based around the fact that there's either
turned off to the premise, yeah.
But,
I'll have to think about that, what I hate that everyone else loves.
I don't really have any, like, I would say this is kind of a weird thing, but I don't think there was a point where I stuck the whole I don't like this because it's mainstream kind of thing. I've always liked the general kind of mainstream things because my focus shifted around the age of like 18 or 19 to being less of a critic and being more of a I like the way this story does this thing.
Sure.
So like Jacob and I were like you remember when Frozen became crazy?
Oh yeah.
And people really, really liked Frozen, and then suddenly
it was cool to not like Frozen.
Well, it was cool to not like Frozen because there was so many videos like on YouTube and people being like that. They're like it's overrated, and they were basically just clickbaiting for money.
Yeah.
But they were right in a lot of ways in that yes, people were blowing it up out of proportion and stuff. But then it came back around all the way to the point where people are like, no, it's actually a bad movie,
and it's like.
And Jacob and I have never been that kind of people who are like, oh, well, this is popular, so I guess we don't.
Yeah, no, I proudly stood by Frozen through thick and thin.
Yeah,
like I tracked that movie as it rose through the box offices. I remember the first day that Let It Go was posted to YouTube.
But yes, we prefer Tangled over Frozen because we have good taste. Yes, but
well, hey. Because Tangled is a more intimate, character-centric movie that doesn't have as much fluff in the movie because it keeps it character-focused. And while Frozen has a bunch of amazing moments that are absolutely incredible, and the ending's incredible, and Let It Go's incredible, there are parts that don't contribute as much to the overarching story of Anna and Elsa. Kristoff, I love you, but you don't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about the discussion between you two on SAO. Oh... that legendary discussion.
No, but
we only discussed the parts that we've watched.
Well, and here's the other thing. Saying that like, oh yeah, I hate SAO and everyone loves SAO. No, most people I feel like don't like SAO, or at least the vocal people, and probably the people that do
community.
Well, yeah, and the people that do
in our sphere of influence.
In our sphere of influence, right? And most of the people that probably do like it don't talk about it, maybe because of all the people that say that it's crap.
Or they're just not in your circle, Jacob. Because here's the thing: I was interacting with another circle of people who were talking about anime, and these people only have watched like the 3 most popular anime out there: Death Note, Cowboy Bebop, and Sword Art Online. Like in terms of in the West, right?
Oh, they have so much ahead of them.
Exactly. And they were talking about how Sword Art Online had one of the most beautiful romances and one of the most thought-provoking stories. They are talking about the first season, mind you.
Or the first cour.
No, the first season.
Oh.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. They are talking not just about the Aincrad beginning cour.
But Elfheim,
They're talking about Elfheim, too. And they're just, And I'm sitting there, like, with another group of, within the overall group, just thinking, like, shut up, Caleb, shut up, Caleb, shut up, Caleb. Like, don't
pour water on their fire. They love this thing.
Yeah. Don't go over there and be an asshole. Like, let them love what they love. They will eventually stumble into other things. But the funny thing is that the minute they went into Bebop discussion, I was like, swooped in there and basically just chimed in about like the things I loved about Bebop as well. So
you guys were like that too, and you thought you liked Bleach back in the day. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
Yep. Can confirm.
All right. I still like Bleach. In very specific aspects of it. Like literally
I like these 7 episodes.
No, not that.
Or these 17 episodes.
But okay, I'm just gonna go on a rant real quick.
Here we go.
The beginning whole start of Bleach was actually genius, and they were set up for a perfect, like, not perfect because no story is perfect, but they were set up for an absolutely fantastic hero's journey in that you have a main character, and you basically have a dual main character setup that has the romantic subplot tension there too, but also the romance person is also the mentor, which makes for a great dynamic in that you can just focus on the 2 characters. You don't have to focus on all this other stuff. You can have the mentor dying and the main character needing to stand on their own 2 feet go in tandem with the whole damsel in distress that gets kidnapped and the hero must go save them, but now they don't have their mentor, so they need to do it on their own. And then also combined onto that, the fact that the banter and the chemistry between the 2 of them was really good. And they did the whole thing of the main character needing to save the girl, right? You know, the guy, the knight in shining armor needing to save the damsel in distress. but actually having a reason why the damsel in distress is helpless and why they have to be together and be, that whole dynamic, because she can't do the stuff that she was supposed to do anymore. So now he has to do it. She has to get him to do it, and all of that stuff. And then coming full circle with the whole thing of, because it's basically just boy meets girl, and girl, brings him into this fantastical world, right? And they go on adventures, and it's great. And then at the end, there's the sacrifice, and then he has to go leave the fantastical world instead of doing the cliche thing of dying, and then it's just one choice and it's over. No, it's the choice he has to live with. Of course, they backtrack on it later, but whatever. And in addition to that, if they had done a romantic subplot like I wish they would do, because Ichiruku was my first ship that I admitted to myself, and think about that, a 14-year-old admitting to themselves that they want two cartoon characters to end up in a relationship. But that basically it made the sacrifice even better, because then something where he physically cannot interact with the woman that, if they had done a romance subplot for, loved. And if that's not great storytelling, what is? Now, of course, they didn't do that, but the thing is that all that stuff was there at the beginning, and they could have stuck with that. They didn't, but they could have. Yeah. So, am I a little bit salty over it? Yes.
All that was wonderful, and yet you will never go and rewatch the entire series of Bleach.
Oh, of course not.
Or even, I would say, the entire first 65 episodes.
Probably not.
No, because you
Episodes,
skip.
sure.
Yeah, but you'll skip around like their side character introducing subplots.
Right. And that's all stuff that basically should have, because I don't like ensemble casts. Like,
right.
I'm more for like just keeping it to the small cast of characters and develop them well, and they're dynamic and everything. And they could have done that, and they didn't. But that whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Well, well done, Jacob. Well done. Yeah, I appreciate that you went all out and told everyone how you really feel, because Bleach hit me as a kid. Like Bleach hurt me, and I don't have anything good.
Betrayal.
I don't have anything really good to say about the series as a whole, but I have things that I could say positively where we could connect on the individual moments of goodness that it had within it, but yeah,
literally whenever like Bleach gets brought up, and specifically like Ichiruki, and for more than 5 seconds, then my mind just goes there, and it doesn't leave there for a very long time.
Yep, exactly.
It's hard to forget your first love.
Chat, y'all are
ship.
amazing watching him just go through this and stuff. Oh man. Any shows can be argued to have genius premise and cast, to be fair. Yeah, but execution, y'all.
No,
execution.
Not any shows. Many shows. Not any show.
Well, I don't know, Jacob. I don't know. I think the whole idea of actually saying that the premise of something can be good just by the nature of it.
No, yeah, can be, but that everything.
Argue.
Oh yeah, you can argue anything.
Well, no, I don't think you can.
Of course you can.
Red isn't blue, Jacob.
Someone could try and make an argument that it was. They could decide to argue that. It wouldn't be a good argument, but
right. I'm meaning in terms of effectiveness for sure. Yeah. Bleach inspired by Takashi's Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh,
not surprising.
Yeah. Monster is a good show. Random comment. Monster is a very good show. By the way, y'all, don't watch Bleach. Watch Monster.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying watch Bleach. I'm saying I'm very glad that I did watch Bleach.
Right. Yeah.
And I still ship Ichiruki.
Yeah. I'm just telling y'all that most of you, I'm going to guess, haven't seen Monster. Just going to guess out there, because I hadn't seen Monster until really recently. I don't know why that is, but Monster is a near masterpiece level show, level story. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. I'm Daltonian. Red is blue. Fact. Okay, see?
Yeah.
See? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
In my opinion, there's no such thing as a bad concept, just bad executions.
Yeah, you could pretty much make any concept work if the concept is general enough so you can work on how it ends up going enough.
Well, the idea of stories being something that start by concept, by its very nature, you cannot start with an execution. You have to start with a concept first. That's where the idea is formulated. And I think that the idea of genius being something that's objective is also something that's a bit a bit flawed. Having genius being something where I would see it as like, what's the definition of genius? That's actually something that's really good to like something that's pretty interesting there.
Exceptional intellectual or creative power or other natural ability.
A person who is those things. Okay. So, exceptional intellectual or creative power or other natural ability.
Right.
What I'd say in that respect is then that there are a lot of things that are definitely not genius because they use the word exceptional. And exceptional basically means...
No, I see where you're going, but I'm already refuting it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Continue. I'm not going to go into the realm of that it isn't subjective. I'm basically saying that there is an objective quality to it in some way. So I'm kind of counteracting Mesker's thing of saying that any concept can be genius, but it's that exceptional intellectual, so you can remove intellectual out of there. It doesn't have to be genius. Exceptional creative power or other natural ability. So an exceptional imagination, genius can come from that. So an idea would be is someone imagines something exceptional.
But here's the thing.
But hold on.
Okay.
An exceptional imagination can birth something that is genius, but is absolutely stupid intellectually. Like an example would be a lot of the Trigger kind of premise stories, like Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill. The genius of Kill la Kill is that someone came up with all that.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, the concept is rather simple and not like intellectually like.
Right, but that's the thing. I feel like a lot of the times people discount things for not being that they can't be genius because they're simple or because they don't necessarily do anything different.
Saying that.
But having the like vanilla can be one of the best flavors out there, people. Like
absolutely,
and people, I feel like people discount things so often because it doesn't do anything like fresh and new,
right?
And you're missing out on so much if you do that.
Right. The idea is that when you go to ingest like basically vanilla, if you forget that this vanilla came from something and someone, that there was this added basically environmental effect. It cannot be the same vanilla of something that you had before. There's variations within that. So the whole idea of looking for something that's fundamentally a different flavor as if it's new or unique might be the problem. Instead, just acknowledging that like I prefer like strawberries and blackberries versus I prefer vanilla and orange or something
blueberries
like that.
Or whatever
or whatever. It's arbitrary, but the value you can get from having the concept be something that explores a very trodden path but adds in its execution those little nuances that separate it, and you can end up getting so much more, which is why I think that probably in certain shows that I am negative about, it's because I'm closed-minded, is I'm not willing to look for those specific things in something like Bleach that give you all this extra value for it. Now I could probably say it's most likely nostalgia.
Sure,
for that one there.
A ton of it could be nostalgia.
But I could also say Domestic Girlfriend being this thing that's caught onto you so much might be because you're choosing not to look at it through the critical eye. You're looking at it from a very different perspective.
Right, because one of the things that like... I had a brain fart.
Oh, it's all good.
But
it's all good.
But no, I remembered. Okay, so basically, when making stories, and this is something that I've learned very well over the course of just making stories, is that it's very easy for there to be too much in a story, and being able to have a story be simple and so that like there was this quote, I can't remember where I heard it from, but that perfection isn't when nothing more can be added, it's when nothing more can be removed.
Oh, I like it.
And the idea that basically when you have something that's sophisticated and streamlined, right, that's when you really have something that's maybe not perfect, because you can never get true perfection, but that's when you get closer to perfection.
Yeah, I understand that.
And
that
anytime I see something that
sense.
is able to do simple things in a streamlined, effective way, it's good stuff. But yeah. I'm sure wars were fought over vanilla.
Yeah, I love also the Family Guy saying ingesting vanilla. Now that's a good band name. Then the person directly beneath him, Darth Nozzle, also a good name for a porn.
Basically, yep.
Oh man,
I feel that like the simpler concepts are harder to implement or even be thought of than more complex. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Mostly because people like to overthink to go into complexities and tend to fail than go for something simple. Yeah.
Yep.
Because for something simple, you have like it's not something where you just come up with something simple. You come up with something, that has a bunch of stuff you don't need, and you slowly take out the things that aren't needed, and you weigh what is needed and what isn't. Like there's a reason that Disney has stuck to the princess formula for so long, and that they've gotten better while they've not changed that by large degrees from what they were at the beginning.
Yeah. All masterpieces are flawed. There's an element of truth to that, because I would say that there is nothing then truly perfect, if that makes sense, because the flaws aren't something that reveal the weakness, they reveal the genius. Because generally speaking, when you find a person that has flaws, say in their person, like who they are, like I have flaws of being like impatient and maybe a bit like self-centered in certain things, and yet when you apply those weaknesses as a strength, you can get masterpiece results out of it. So a show like Monster, you could say, well, it's a little bit disjointed in the storyline, and it's a little slow in certain areas, and you could say, preference, that doesn't mean anything. But it's like, well, I mean, let's say those are flaws. Let's say, like, if you had to find a flaw in Monster right now, like that's as if where we're at, okay, we could point at those things. But like how they use the thing that could have been maybe a really big flaw in like the actual story is used to great effect. They go in depth into really heartfelt human stories and drama over and over and over and over again, over again.
And with stories, with art, you can't be objective. Like that's not how it works. Like it's you got to be subjective. If you're not able, if you're able to fully be objective, then I would say the story has failed in some way. And like diamonds, the most valuable diamonds are not the ones that have no flaws, right? The flaws give them color, that they give them extra value. So it's the same thing with stories. And like even with Hunter x Hunter, like I would say Hunter x Hunter is a prime example actually of where in my opinion it has tons of flaws, like huge flaws in some ways. That's not a bad thing. It's because it basically is like, there might be some things that aren't as good in certain areas.
Sure. That's
fine. We know what we're doing, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do that 100%. And that way we will stand out from the crowd entirely because we were willing to pay those costs that other stories aren't willing to pay in order to get these things that other stories aren't able to get. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, and that's a good point, Mesker. I see what you're saying there, is that like in my opinion, it is in some ways a waste of human energy to criticize. Even I would say when it comes to like going into like real life, because we're talking right now about fictional universes and their stories and stuff. But the actual energy behind a criticism is basically a misguided form of, I would say, appraisal. Because you can weigh and measure the value of something, but generally a critic tries to go as close to objectivity as possible, which ultimately ends up basically breaking down if they basically try to claim any kind of objectivity with the criticism. And it comes into everything is subjective, everything is perception.
Right.
And then it makes it not worth the argument. But there is so much to be found arguing to find the positives and the value, I would say, within individual things that are maybe riddled with flaws and problems and all that. Because I think there's something transcendent in that. There's something that goes beyond the immediate perception when you take something that you didn't find value in and someone else goes, here, see that?
Yeah.
I see this to have value. Do you want me to tell you why I believe this has value? Blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then you go like, wait a minute. for some reason, they really thought that has value. I'm going to analyze their discussion around that and
That
go,
shift of perspective.
okay, I see why they came to that conclusion. My opinion wasn't changed, but I can see that.
'Cause if
that's
you-
interesting.
'cause if
So
you-
then you learn something new.
If you just had stuff that was subjective, then perspectives would mean nothing, and then the world would get very boring very quickly.
Yeah.
The fact that things can be subjective and you can constantly be seeing things from different perspectives, that's what makes life fun.
Right. And I understand where you're coming from, TrasherCon, in that criticism isn't pointless because it starts discussions and makes different viewpoints more apparent. But the thing is, my appraisal method still starts the same discussions, and I would argue it starts better discussions.
Well, and it's probably just a difference in like definitions of what you consider criticism to be, of like criticism of just weighing something and seeing it to be like lacking, or versus
it's
just focusing on where you think it lacks or something.
Exactly. Because I always try to view things through the idea that everything is based around my perceptions, and my perceptions are by their very nature flawed. So
Right, you're not directly perceiving reality.
I have no direct connection to reality. So I am interested in other people's perceptions because I know that they see something that I don't.
Right. Yeah.
And like there's no chance that I see everything that another person doesn't.
Right, like
or vice versa.
Like the people that were talking about how they thought that the first season of SAO was like one of the best romance stories ever. Now, even if you or I may not agree,
right,
we might say like, okay, let's show you Toradora, but they could talk about things that make you wonder, and make you be like, oh, I never would have thought about that before. Even if maybe it's not the best or whatever, maybe there was something there that wasn't executed on in a way that I would have liked, but the nuggets were still there, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, TrasherCon, great point. If we would all see the same, reaction channels would be quite pointless.
That's true. We'd be out of a job. Yeah.
Well, I think that's also one of the brilliant things about reaction channels specifically, is we're all subconsciously somewhat aware that everyone perceives things differently. And I actually went into a weird kind of discussion about this with someone. I was basically saying everything is reactions. And they got kind of depressed about it because then they were thinking, wait, then no one's creating. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You can't create anything. Everything that you see is constantly
it's already
happening.
out there, and
it's already
just,
out there.
Yeah, and it's just trying to basically show someone else your perspective on something.
Yeah, it's just getting perceived and reinterpreted. It's just getting perceived and reinterpreted.
Yep.
It's perception and expression in an endless loop. I don't want to go into weird kind of philosophical stuff here, but
hey, food and philosophy.
Food and philosophy. That's a good podcast,
Gooey, the first minute 30 of A Sister Is All You Need is the greatest romance story ever.
Oh my god.
My head hurt.
Yeah. I think the greatest value of criticism is only in its ability to improve the product. I'd much rather someone convince me to love a show like they do than convince me to hate a show like they do.
Sure.
That's a great point, Psychronia.
Yep.
Yeah, it is true that friction and basically the pressure that something gets put under improves the thing. It basically refines it. It, like you were saying with the idea of simplicity, it cuts away all the unnecessary to leaving the remaining, and what's remaining usually ends up being stronger. Now, unfortunately,
pressure turns coal into diamonds.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would say human beings are more malleable than that. We're not diamonds necessarily, unless we're in the land of the lustrous,
Right.
But
or just living life is all part of the pressure that turns us into diamonds. Who knows?
Exactly, that's possible. That's another philosophical discussion as well.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Isn't Asuna X Pink Slime not the best romance story ever? Oh man. SAO's love story is quite unique given the situation they're in. There you go. That's something. Yep. That's something.
And let's be real. Even if I'm not a big fan of SAO, the ending credit scene of the first core where Kirito wakes up and he's walking out with while the ending song plays and everything, and he's all gaunt and whatnot. That was just a great shot. That was a great scene.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. All right, y'all. We're gonna end the podcast here.
Food and philosophy.
Food and philosophy and all kinds of manner of stuff in between.
Yep.
But thank you all so much for hanging out with us. This has been a lot of fun. And hope to see you all tomorrow for our Berserk stream. Yes, what were you going to say?
Case in point, Ichigo X Rukia, or lack thereof, is a criticism, and including it would improve Bleach greatly. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, see?
Okay.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and come around here Thursday at 3 p.m. for our co-op gaming stream, which is still yet indetermined.
Right.
But we probably have arrived down to a couple options that we'll end up
Thank
trying
you for the
out.
help with that.
Yes, thank you very much for the help with that. And then, of course, Friday, 3 p.m. for the Witcher streams.
Yes.
But yes, from burgers to hardcore philosophy. There you go.
Yeah.
Only the best discussion.
Here at SOS.
Here at Semblance of Sanity.
Yep.
Indeed. Yep. So, hope to see you all in the next one. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.
Seriously though, Ichiruki, like I'm still salty.
You're still salty?
I'm still salty. Like that was the first fan fiction I ever read. Was Ichiruki fan fiction. And of course, it was crap. Absolutely sucked. But
so bad.
like I watched an entire anime just because it was a romance where the main two characters had the same character designs as Ichigo and Rukia, like basically the same, even though the personalities were completely different.
What was that?